Bueno, amigos, qué placer. Estamos con uno de nuestros representantes en la UFC, Chepe Mariscal, que va a una pelea importantísima contra Damon Jackson este sábado en el Apex Center. Gracias por estos minutos, Chepe. Sabemos que son momentos complicados de recortes y todas estas cosas. Cuéntame un poquito cómo ha sido el campamento. ¿Qué te parece Damon Jackson para esta pelea de sábado?
Yeah, the camp was great. I trained with specific opponents for this fighter. He's a little taller than I am. He's 5'11". I'm 5'7". So we had to get a guy like that height who had good grappling, good kind of calculation, great IQ. And then, yeah, man, Damon Jackson's a high IQ fighter. He's been in the UFC for a very long time. So I'm just ready to go out there and put my own display and show the world who Chepe is.
Cuando todos vimos tu nombre la otra vez, eras que ibas a enfrentar a Dan Ige, pero después pasó lo que pasó, Dan Ige se fue. ¿Cómo viviste todo ese momento de tener a Dan Ige ahí en las manos y de que se fuera para otra pelea?
Yeah, it wasn't fun, obviously. I found out like 4 hours after he got matched up. And then, yeah, hats off to Dan Ige for taking the fight against a top contender, Diego Lopez. And, yeah, man, it was just those are those kind of fighters I want to meet one of the days, like fight. So it was hectic, but I was like, okay, who's next? And then they gave me some names. There was a lot of no's, but I was glad that Damon Jackson said yes, and we got the opportunity.
Tú tienes una historia muy peculiar porque todas tus derrotas han sido fuera de UFC. Tu última derrota fue Sean Soriano y hace tiempo de eso. Después, cuéntame qué pasó, que tú ganabas y perdías, pero de pronto, después de Soriano, todo ha sido una cadena de victorias. ¿Qué fue el punto de quiebre para que tú dejaras atrás ese momento de, digamos, que no fue tan bueno y después entrar en esta racha de victoria?
Well, I got to the point where it's like, man, I have to do the right things for my safety, for the long run for the sport, to not get hurt and really put a display of art out there. And at the time when I was winning and losing, I didn't have things outside of the cage kind of like working out for me. I was making a lot of things harder for myself when I shouldn't, so now I'm trying to do things a lot better, be a better person, not just inside the cage, but outside the cage, and build that character where people can see that you can really chase a dream. You have your ups and downs. I've had one of the hardest careers to get into the UFC, and now I'm here just putting in display that if you put in the work, see a specialist, see the right people, have the right circle, that you can go out there and get some wins.
Hablando del grupo, del círculo correcto, tú estás en uno de los grandes gimnasios que hay, Elevation Center, gran gimnasio. Cuéntame, ¿cómo es tu vida ahí? ¿Cómo te ha servido entrenar con grandes peleadores para tu desarrollo?
It's great, man. So our team is Forge Fight Team now, and it's just cool. We got different guys, like we have Corey Sandhagen, Curtis Blades, Justin Gaethje. They come in the room and put that, the expectations on everybody else as well. So I feel like seeing those guys, and then I'm like, I want to be them, but my own self. I want to be Chepe, the only Chepe. The only Chepe Mariscal out there. And I really wanted to put that display out there, not just for myself, but for other fighters out there. That change is good, and if you have the right circle, the right people around you, they could change not just your life, but your career along the way.
La base del judo. Tú estás practicando judo hace mucho tiempo. Yo sé un poquito de judo porque, bueno, en mi tierra se practicaba bastante. Cuéntame un poquito cómo es la transición del judo para ti, lo que significó esa tan temprana edad, aprender los secretos del judo y después ir pasando al Muay Thai, al boxeo, al jiu-jitsu, a todas estas cosas que te hacen ser un peleador completo en este momento.
I just had the mindset that I wanted to be one of the most complete mixed martial artists in the world. Like, I didn't want to be boring, just a striker, just a grappler. Like, I wanted to be a mixed martial artist, the mix. So I did everything. I even went to college wrestling, high school wrestling. I did Golden Gloves. I did Muay Thai international championships. I was on the USA kickboxing team. So I did whatever I can to really perfect a style for myself and for the fans, where I could go out there and really display like a real mixed martial artist. I'm never boring. I always put on the fights, and yeah, the displays speak for themselves.
Por supuesto. tú quieres ir a lo más alto, tú quieres ser campeón y ya de pronto te vemos en tu boca el nombre de Ilia Topuria. ¿Cuánto crees tú que te tome llegar a Topuria o el que esté en la cima en ese momento? ¿Cuántas peleas más? ¿Cuánto tiempo te va a tomar llegar a ese techo de la división, Chepe?
So after hopefully everything goes good, I win this fight, you know, and then I'm obviously gonna try to hunt down a ranked opponent. You know, like I didn't say no to Dan Ige. I didn't say no to they gave me like the number 6 at the time, and I said yes. You know, like I wanna fight those dudes because I know they're in my way for the title, and whoever's there for the title, I'm ready to go out there and have some fun.
Básicamente, cuéntame un poquito, tus padres son de México. ¿Cómo fue tu vida creciendo como ser humano? No como peleador, pero como ser humano, ¿cómo fue tu vida?
It was different, obviously. So I'm Mexican American. My parents both from Mexico. They were teaching me more translation than Spanish. So I was like translating more for them, you know, doing things like that where I never mastered
Wow.
the Spanish. You know, I kind of mastered the understanding and then translating. So like when like it is crazy how that triggers a lot of things. And I have an accent, and I think in my head, oh no, I talk regular English, but nah, like so. Growing up, it was more translation and training and trying to be like uh, at least understand my parents, you know, and then soccer teams are all Spanish speaking soccer teams. So I had to like really understand it and then try to display it out there as English as best as I can. But yeah, like I grew up with that mindset of just listening and doing, and that's how I kind of like really mastered the listening of Spanish, but not really like speaking Spanish, you know?
Ahora, tú estás en un mundo ideal desde un punto de vista, Chepe. Estamos viendo todos los esfuerzos que ha hecho UFC en México. Crearon el Apex de México. Han hecho Noche UFC en México. Ahora tienes en la esfera, The Sphere, Noche UFC en The Sphere. A lot of Mexican fighters. ¿Qué significa para ti el interés que UFC está poniendo en el país de tus raíces?
Oh, it's great, man. It's just showing our Mexican people what they're about. You know, we all, as you can see, the whole lineup is we have some good guys coming out of, you know, Mexico and making some names and really putting out that display out there of like, man, like we're out here. We just need the facilities. We need the people, the care, you know, the want, you know, and a lot of that's what we need, you know, to show these people like if you want it, you can have it. You just gotta chase it, not like everybody else in the village or where you live. Like you have to be different. You have to move. You probably have to like do whatever you can to, you know, invest in yourself, and the goal of like really bringing out the Mexican people will be an amazing thing.
Y por supuesto, te encantaría tener ambos grupos de fanáticos, ¿no? El fanático americano y el fanático mexicano. Imagínate la fuerza que tendría detrás de ti, ¿no?
Yeah, for sure. And that would be awesome. You know, if I could train with more Mexican fighters, that'd be awesome too. You know, I know they're over there, we're over here, but, you know, I feel like once that Apex at Mexico is open, I feel like it's going to just create more opportunities for guys like us to go out there and train.
Pues nada, Chepe, muchas cosas buenas, mucha suerte y esperamos tu pelea contra Damon Jackson el sábado. Señores, no se pueden perder la pelea de Chepe Mariscal. Muchas gracias, Chepe.
Hey, gracias.